Harvey-Rodriguez, who is the queen of retail and e-commerce. Her reputation precedes her. I've heard all sorts of great things from some women that I really rate. This is a show that I do every Monday, and it's all about putting the spotlight on female founders and women doing amazing things in business. And Alita is definitely on that list. So welcome, Alita.
Thanks, Jules. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
It's my pleasure. So let's start off by telling everybody what it is that you do. Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your business?
So I'm the founder and managing director of MI Academy, and we specialize in helping e-commerce businesses and retail businesses stay away from agencies by training their talent to get back control, save time, and scale faster than ever through. And we specialize mostly in digital marketing training, but we've also got what we call organizational alignment training and workshops as well. So, which is leadership and making sure that we're all heading into the North Star, because how many times do you start a project and then it gets left by the wayside because something else comes up?
Many times.
Yes. So when we're not getting traction on some other things from digital marketing, it's usually because we need to do some org alignment stuff as well. And then, of course, we have an amazing flagship event, which is an innovation event that we specialize in for e-commerce, called Hack Games, where we invite top 50 people in e-commerce to come together and hack a solution. This year we did it for charities, and it was absolutely amazing.
Wow, that sounds incredible. First, though, I've got to ask you, what does MI stand for in MI Academy?
It stands for marketing innovation, because that's everything that we do. We focus on incremental innovation. How do you get 1% better every single day? And that just compounds over time. And of course, when you're aiming for 1%, you just usually get way further. Just got to have the good processes and leadership in order to enable you to do that.
And you help with all of that, which is amazing. So why did you set it up, Alita? What happened? Was there a moment that you had a bit of a I don't know, light bulb moment? Or what happened that made you decide to start MI Academy?
Where does all the good epiphanies happen in life? It was like a movie. I was in the
shower.
Desert. I was the shower. I actually have some crayons that I use in the shower for my short epiphanies there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But I was actually in the desert. I was on a photography tour. And with an incredible photographer called Mark Gray, where these professional photographers go, and I'm like, I'm just here with my Canon. And we'd just gone and climbed Kings Canyon that morning at 5:00 in the morning. And I was sitting down next to my mum, looking up at the stars in the Northern Territory. And I was working a corporate job, and I was doing really well, and I loved it, but I just couldn't get over the thought that there was something fundamentally wrong about what we were doing. And what was wrong is that we were selling software that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And nobody knew how to use it. And we had a saying internally, which was horrible, which is sell the dream, service the nightmare.
Oh my God, that was the internal.
And we're just like, yeah, let's do that. And I just thought, what's wrong? And I went back to my desk the next week, and I thought to myself, I need to ask my clients what they actually need, because all I'm asking about is what do they need from this email marketing or marketing automation software. And it does all these great things, but nobody really knows how to use it. And they were kind of using it how they would use MailChimp. And there was so much information that we could have tapped into, but nobody knew how to think strategically, and they had to rely on an agency. So that was more money out. And I just thought, and I'd worked retail side and I'd worked agency side, and now in tech, I just thought to myself, nobody has skills inside the retail business. They're relying on agencies. So people who have these fancy marketing degrees are paper pushers. They're not being expansive or creative, which is the reason they got into marketing. They don't have the tools and frameworks to be strategically creative. I've got all of these frameworks from agency world, and I know I can do better than that. I don't want to start an agency because I don't want to take away the power from the people. And I want them to know how to use the software better. So I need to start a training company to teach people how to build an agency internally and build those skills internally. And here we are today, MI Academy.
And how long ago was that?
So it originally started about 10 years ago, and that was it was a very different model to what we have today.
I love the way the businesses kind of morph as they go. So tell us about that journey.
So that journey was it started off basically as a consulting, and then I was kind of just working on projects and working consultatively, and I was stuck at a point where I just thought this model isn't right. It's one, it's not scalable, and two, I think I'm just doing what an agency does, but it's not like it's not right. So then I thought, okay, so I need to learn about how adults learn, and it's what's so funny is that adults learn the same way that dyslexic people do, which is through experience.
Right.
And then the business became a project-based training organization, and from there, about 6 years ago, now we're in a position where we're scaling and doing really well and have an incredible team and incredible faculty of e-commerce experts. And that's so now we're Australia's best project-based training firm, and we love what we do because the people that we work with genuinely are more empowered by the end of it, and they've found love for the role that they do again, and found excitement because the founders are not having to be stuck in marketing, telling people what to do all the time. There's the right frameworks with the marketing team. And if that's, we work mostly with family businesses. So those family businesses usually have a cousin, a kid, a something who's in marketing who don't have formal marketing training, but have genuine passion, but they need that strategic advice and know how to scale, grow, test, do all of these beautiful things. And the founders happy here because, well, the marketing team are happy because they're achieving results, and the founders happier because they're like, I don't have to worry about the thing I hate the most but need the most, which is marketing. So
right. Oh, well, I absolutely love it. So these days, what are the products and services that you offer within MI Academy? How does it all work?
I think the best place to start with that conversation is our flagship program, which is our most popular, which is our email marketing 12-week accelerator, where we'll come in and we'll come in dedicated work around your customer database. And we actually have guarantees on that project because the formula is so good that we say, if you don't get at least 30% more revenue from your email marketing in the next 12 weeks, we'll give you your money back. No question.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love it that you're focusing on email marketing too, because it's one of those things, and I often talk about it with the women in the group, that we kind of feel like we're all bombarded with emails, and that it doesn't work, and that it's all too hard these days. But actually, it still works perfectly if you do know what you're doing and you ask the right questions. And
well, that's the thing.
The right way.
Yeah, it's the highest generating return on investment of any digital marketing channel. SEO,
wow.
So SEO comes in just slightly under that, but for every dollar that you spend, you should be getting a $39 return on investment for email marketing.
Wow. Gosh, that's a huge number.
Yeah. So, if you're not focused on email this year and you're looking for ways to grow your business,
forget it. Go back to the email. In fact, come and do your course. Okay, so that's the flagship course, the 12-week course. Tell me a little bit about some of the other things that you're offering.
Yeah, so we've got another program. We've got a few programs, but I'll talk about my favorites.
Sure.
The other one is the CMO Blueprint, where we'll come in and over 2 workshops that takes about 2 hours each. We'll ask you a whole bunch of different questions about the business, understanding what's happening from your vision and mission through to your team structure, your project management, your marketing channels, your customer experience. Wow. And we'll audit all of those different channels and then give you back a report about what you really should focus on for the next 12 months in order to gain growth. And through that, we'll prioritize those into 90-day projects for you, and also give you some frameworks and formulas so that you can take big, huge projects and turn them into something that are actionable bite-sized chunks, so that you have the right frameworks to not just go, oh, thanks for the report, now what do we do? Thanks for the report, now I have a clear vision about what I need to do.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's email and digital marketing. What else? Tell me a little bit about the hackathons or the hack
Yeah, Hack
event?
Games. Hack Games is our flagship event for the year,
Yeah.
and we run it in Melbourne. We've run it digitally and hybrid over the last couple of years. We actually started it, when the world melted down.
Well, back when we all met face to face.
But it was great.
And
Everyone really needed a break from the same four walls, and this gave them a really amazing creative outlet to spend some time on. And what it does is we give the 50 people that we invite to be a part of it, we give them a problem statement, and that problem statement is sometimes the last few years have had something to do with the industry and a problem that the industry is facing. So the first year it was all about the new era of retail. What are we going to do if we can no longer get into our stores and bricks and mortar? That's a lot of rent. What are we going to do? How do we change the retail model?
okay.
So we had some really amazing ideas about what could happen there. And some of those ideas have actually gone on and become startups and are now looking for seed funding, which is really amazing.
Yeah, very cool.
And then like last year's was, heading into the recession, retail's about to get really hard. We have a lot of overheads. And we created a fake business with a fake P&L, fake board notes, and gave them a CEO briefing saying, we have to shut down your region, but the only way you can save it is if you can get me a plan and proposal about how I'm going to take your marketing budget and give you 1% of your total marketing budget.
Oh,
but you still
wow.
have to hit these sales. So it gave everybody an opportunity to really understand, get into the financial literacy, because we're learning as we're going through and generating these ideas.
Way. Yeah, which is good.
That was incredible. And then this year we made a massive pivot, and I think we're going to stay with this model for a little while, which is Hack for Heroes. So we invited 5 charities from around Australia that are little known charities, but are doing big things in the community. Everything from First Nations prevention of suicide through connecting back to culture. So incredible, the work that they're doing, right through to TLC for Kids, who do incredible work around securing so many different things, but helping sick kids. And it's not just about helping kids with cancer. Most of the children's charities are very dedicated to something. They're helping so many children and their families with the cost of living crisis, and helping to get them immediate funds for things like life-saving medication, when the NDIS could take 4 weeks in order to help to get them that medication, or even like things that we don't think about. How am I going to get my kid to a doctor's appointment when I can't even pay for the registration of my fucking car?
Yeah.
And they help to release those funds to say, go get that so you can save your kid, just the stuff that nothing else really covers. So, and then we also had another one called Confit. There were heaps of them, but Confit as well. They do amazing work around with youths, trying to reduce the rate of recidivism. So being reincarcerated, 80% of kids that come out of prison get reincarcerated within 12 months. And they're doing amazing work by helping kids to find passion in fitness and sport, and getting them off drugs and getting them into with good role models, and just doing something really amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. So how often do you run them, and when? What time of year?
So we run Hack Games once a year around February. We will open up for applications for that in around August this year. So please keep an eye on our website. You'll be able to find that there. And then finally, the one other thing that I would love to share with you is we've got the CMO Blueprint. We're now running it as a one-day workshop where you can come in with 20 other businesses and spend time with us. We'll teach you everything from, we'll be auditing your business with you, right through to how do you use AI in order to create efficiencies in your business, and give you all of the AI prompts, checklists, everything that we've got that we're using and sharing with our clients as part of this one-day workshop.
Wow. I mean, these all just, and apart from anything else, the bit that I love is that they're practical. I am so over people talking about the theory of things and sending people off afterwards to go and work on it, because you just want to do it when you're there. So
you don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, exactly. And taking time out of your business to be able to focus on it with a little bit of distance is so great. Like there's so many fantastic things that people can learn and it's not just about what you're learning then, but also being able to just have your business as something that you're not scurrying away, like most of us are, a duck on the top scurrying away underneath, but to be able to just take that time out to go and look at it. So tell me some stories now about working with clients and the sorts of outcomes that you've got. And we've got, another 10 minutes to talk about this. So tell me a couple of juicy ones.
All right. I'll tell you a really juicy one. This is a client that they've been investing in their team's training now since they met us for 6 years.
Oh,
because and this is the best part about what we do is you don't actually need to know anything about marketing, because we're going to give you the frameworks to turn the people that we are educating in your business into champion marketers. This company are based in Queensland and South Australia. They're what's called an omni-channel retailer. They operate online and offline, and they are traditionally a facilities management company, and they specialize in tennis.
Okay.
And the founder, the CEO, he's an accountant, and he's like, I don't want to hire a marketer. Okay. Well, who have you got? Because we need somebody to work with.
Yeah.
And he gives us a bunch of tennis coaches who wanted to get off the court and start doing something else in the business. Somebody was passionate about, like, really wanted to fix the customer service. Like, I don't know where to start. Another one was really passionate about a social. Another guy was passionate about email and the website. I'm like, all right.
But they're tennis coaches.
Does anybody have a uni degree? Nah, we all love tennis. Like, we're here for tennis.
Okay.
And what was really beautiful is that we've spent this time training them. This business was doing the online portion of the business was the smallest part on their P&L in terms of revenue. And now it is the largest revenue generator for their P&L outside of facilities management. And this is all being done with tennis coaches, but now they've got the frameworks that they can continue to keep growing from a marketing perspective. They know how to run Facebook ads internally. They know how to do great email marketing automation. They've got a fantastic loyalty program set up. Not one time did we touch an agency in order to help them to do this.
Oh, yeah, well done. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Okay, tell me another one now. I love these kind of stories.
Actually, they went from, I'll just finish up on that one.
Yeah,
they went from doing 6 figures a year to 6 figures in a weekend. And it took them just under a year to do that. And all they did was apply our formulas that we'll be sharing in that one-day workshop. So, just really proud of just that, I guess, I don't know, I'm a tall poppy syndrome kind of person. So I'm just like, just that it works. I just like the reassurance that it works.
No, I'm sure much more than that. And I think I love the idea of taking people who don't necessarily have the skills, and I've been doing it for years with PR, and saying to people, it is possible. There is just, as you say, a framework you need to follow, and you need to understand what people are looking for. In terms of PR, it's about the media, but with you, it's about, what your prospective customers are looking for, and show them how to do it. And there's just something great about helping people that haven't got that background to kind of upskill as well.
And skeptical about it too.
Yeah.
And just to see that it works. It's really rewarding. All right. Another story. So this one's recent. There's two. So one of them is a mother and daughter team, and they have a beautiful store in Sydney, and they've got their online store. And they came to us for the email marketing accelerator because they weren't sure what to do next in order to help grow the business. And we've just been overhauling all of their email marketing as part of the accelerator. And one of the automations that we've set up has 3x their return on investment for the program itself. Just one of the automations. Wow. I'm not even looking at the whole thing.
Right. And are they still doing that course, or have they finished now?
They've got about a month left. So they're 60 days in at this point.
Wow. That's extraordinary. What an incredible result. And what was the other one that you were going to talk about?
The other one, I love this one. So this company's called Just Perfume. So if you are looking for a perfume, go check them out.
Go to Just Perfume.
And this Marcus, the founder, is such an incredible human being. And he had everything running off eBay. And if you are in e-commerce and you do sell on marketplaces, you know that selling on eBay is a very expensive exercise because you have to pay them their commissions.
Right.
And whilst, yes, you'll have to pay for your marketing on the other side, you can actually then optimize the price that you're paying for your marketing if you have control over that. And he's been trying to get control over it for a long time. And he's just finished up the 12-week accelerator, and he's just sent through his testimonial and said, been trying to do this on my own for 8 years. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. He's now able to, we're doing an experiment. So the last kind of little piece was, let's do an experiment and see if we can turn off eBay and see what's going to happen to your profit margins.
Oh, I love it.
And everything has sustained. He can safely, if he wants to, he can now turn off eBay, not have to worry about the marketplaces, and really focus on his brand, owning his customer and the entire end-to-end experience. And he's just super wrapped with the opportunity that he thought was a pipe dream and is now really possible, that he doesn't have to rely on marketplaces to get ahead.
Well, I think, you know, if there is anything that we all learned from Zuckerberg deciding 2 years ago with his argument with the government over the media to just close down Facebook groups all over the place, if there's one thing we learned from that, it's that building your business on, as they say, on someone else's real estate or on someone else's land is kind of crazy. So you really want to get those people off whatever those, you can still use the platforms, but get them off so that you've got access to them if anything ever happens.
Sustainable business, that you're not, like you said, we're not at the mercy of big tech companies.
Yeah, that's right. And so, look, we've got a couple more minutes. I'm interested to know, because I work specifically with women and we have a lot of women in the retail space, like gazillions. I'm interested to know, are there some, and I'm just throwing this at you, I haven't warned you about this question, but are there some common mistakes that you see that women in particular do when they start an e-commerce store? Because there are so many women going, I love those gizmos, or I love working in that space, or doing my art or whatever, that set up stores but don't necessarily have business skills. Have you got some sort of common mistakes that people make?
Yeah, there are a few mistakes that people make. I'll start at the top as like not focusing on building an email list. I think that, should be pretty obvious from this conversation, is just to really focus on media that you own. When the second mistake is, you should feel comfortable to be the face of your brand.
Oh, thank you.
And it doesn't have to be always. And I think if you look at like a Dawn Cosmetics, Bryony Kennedy, she is notorious for saying, for years, she was pumping so much money into business. She was pumping so much money in that business, saying, I don't want to be the face of it. And her husband's like, you got to be the face of the brand. You got to. And then she started talking on her Facebook groups, and everyone is in love with Bryony. You can't even walk down the street with her anymore without people being, oh my God, it's Bryony Kennedy. The first time I saw her, I was like, what's happening?
You know, it's interesting that you say that, because when I first started on social media, I wanted it to be all about my business. And my brother runs a really huge advertising agency. And I remember saying to him, exactly like that Brioni was saying, like, I don't want to be the face of my business. I just want to grow, handle your own PR. And he said to me, and I always now say to other people, if you don't grow your own brand at the same time as your business, and if you decide at some stage to sell that business or to close it down, if you haven't got a profile, you're back to square one. You know, you are literally, you are not known at all except through your business, and that business is now no longer happening. So, and I guess, if there's anything I've learned from that, was that I built up Handle Your Own PR and my profile at the same time, no longer working with Handle Your Own PR. Now she's the boss and women speakers. And it just does this, you know, the more that you try and build your profile. And actually, I've got a course that I am going to be giving to MI Academy about how to become a person of influence. And it's important that you do grow your own profile. It's super important.
Incredibly important, because everybody needs somebody to trust. And whilst your brand is new and you might not be able to build the trust very quickly about how your products work or anything like that, you are the person who gets to influence the masses at the end of the day. And
Right.
you should also be really proud about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, if you don't want to be somebody who's on Instagram Reels and things like that, there's so many options out there for you that you don't have to show your face, but you can. Nobody thinks their voice is lovely. I guarantee you I'm going to be watching this back going,
Don't watch it. I don't watch it. I can't bear my voice.
but listen, you don't need to listen to your voice back, but people are going to want that authentic connection. Right. And we've seen so many amazing brands just blow up because they've been really focused on building a story. And this is just wild, but ASMR content.
What's ASMR? Sorry, just
don't ask me about what the acronym stands for. I don't know.
Oh,
but it's content that is that's visual and audio, and people use ASMR to calm anxiety and things like that. Just these noises of tinkering on a cup or whatever it is, or scratching over something. People love it. Eating food, eating chips, and you can do ASMR content. And I've seen there's a brand that's called Gillette that's a startup here in Australia, and they have blown up to over 100,000 followers in a few months on YouTube, just making noises with their nails.
Oh my God.
There's so many options out there for you.
That's right. That's right. And I feel very passionately about as well, women in particular getting out there and making themselves visible as an inspiration to younger women who at the moment, the stats say, can't see the women role models for the jobs that they want to have when they're older. And it's great that we have the Melanie Perkinses and the Janine Alice's of this world that are unicorns and doing extraordinary things, but we need to see normal people. We need to know that anyone can build a business.
Talking about normal, yeah. So whenever we work with a brand that's heavily curated, our biggest thing is to try and encourage them to test being a little bit deconstructed. So, and as soon as they start practicing like not perfectly manicured on-brand photography, something's a little bit odd, the post and reach starts to blow up. So don't worry about perfect. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And if somebody does, they're a keyboard warrior. And I know it's hard and it's easier said than done. I'm guilty of it myself. Is that just focus on the good comments. There's going to be some malacca out there who isn't a good person, who just has nothing better to do with their time. Just hide that comment, breathe through it. Tomorrow's a new day. Get back on the horse, ride it.
And another good reason why you should have a support network of other people around you to go, you're awesome. They're a dickhead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Alita, I have absolutely loved interviewing you. I can't believe we've run out of time now, but I could easily talk to you for a couple of hours. Can you tell everybody how people can get hold of MI Academy and or you without giving away email addresses, but how can people get hold of you?
If you do want to reach us, you can email us at hello@miacademy.com.au. However, if you want to go and check out our programs, head to miacademy.com.au. And if you are interested in attending the CMO Blueprint workshop, the first one's happening in Melbourne on June 1st. So you'll find that under the events tab. And these tickets, they're only $147.
Oh my God.
Wow. We just want to get things out to the masses and just help as many family-owned businesses as possible.
I think that's fantastic. I might even have to go and sign up myself. Alita, thank you so, so much. For anyone who's watching, please, if you are interested in finding other women, particularly women who are running businesses, then come to she'sthebossgroup.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and this is in my profile, and also join our very active She's the Boss Facebook group. I also coach women in how to become a woman of influence. Very happy to chat to anyone about that. And we have just launched at womenspeakers.com.au a directory of women speakers. So if you're a speaker, go there and sign up. And if you're looking for speakers, please go and find women. There aren't enough of them on the stage. So thank you so much, Alita. I can't wait to share this with everyone.